This just changed about Algorand staking rewards. What is it? We're going to talk about that today. Plus, Realms adding Nico rewards again. New ready pool features will show you which ready pools are juicing the stats, and I mean that in a good way. ASA stats adds to its CSV export function. What is that? Blah, blah, blah. It's actually really important. We're going to talk about that. Plus, Lofty adding a new type of token. It's just straight up land. So we're going to talk about all of that on today's Frugal BC. By the way, guys, if you like this kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe button. As I always say, now you don't have to smash it. You can actually just press it just gently. It works just fine that way too. Plus, we've got channel memberships where channel members got this video before anyone else, and you can get exclusive videos at higher tiers. Just check out the join tab on the main page and become one of the Frugalnauts today. Also, as always, we are brought to you by non-fungible domains. Guys, if you want that .algo address, it makes doing everything in Algorand so much easier. They got vaults, segments, all that good stuff. And, you know, frankly, if you want to be like me, frugalbc.algo, you can have your own .algo address with non-fungible domains. So go check them out in the description below. And we are brought to you by Marcus Aurelius, NFT and meme coin project on the Algorand blockchain. And they are spreading the word with the little Stoic army, spreading the word about Stoicism, which I personally resonate with. Really cool stuff, cool creator. Really love what these guys are doing. So go check out the little Stoic army in the description below. And thanks to both of our sponsors. But let's get to today's show. So starting off, Realms adding Nico rewards again. This is fun, a short little thing, but fun. Realms, if you're not aware of, is the first metaverse project built on Algorand. Let's just look at this post here. So this is right from Realms. Nico rewards are coming back. We have completed the league table. Very soon you will be able to lock your Nico and earn voting power and Nico. Now I got a bunch of Nico. I think it's still in Commoda. I'm gonna have to check into that actually. Vote for your favorite NFT projects and directly impact the amount of daily rewards each individual NFT gets. NFT listed for sale will not be eligible for rewards. It could be going live this Friday. Once live, we'll do an X space to talk about how to use governance systems. Stay tuned for more updates. That would be this Friday, so oh, maybe that was last Friday actually. I'm a little behind on that one. So they also say UUBI will be starting again sometime too. I don't actually know what that is, but I got some ball sack in the comments. I'm actually wearing a B shirt from the Munko crew right now, as a matter of fact. Michael Jordan sent that to me and I made a little post on Twitter about it. So always fun to get little things in the mail. But let's go to our next news item. Now, as you know, with Algorand staking, one way to participate where you don't have to have 30,000 algo is through the ready pools. Well, there's actually a new type of feature that will help you know where extra deposits are coming from. So they're kind of showing you which validators are juicing the stats, so to speak. And I mean that in a very good way. Let's take a look. This is from Transaction Lab. New feature alert. Extra deposits are now visible on the validator dashboard when hovering over APY. This makes it easier to spot which validators are juicing their pools. In other words, you can get extra deposits, which is always nice to receive. That means you'll get a little extra for participating. I like this. I want the juice. I can't handle the juice. That's funny. It's funny how they did that with their eyes. Yeah, so not much to say about that other than I love these new features. The more you can learn about stuff, the better. I actually have been doing the Marcus Aurelius ready pool, so definitely kind of fun to see how that's going. But next up, one of my favorite projects on Algorand is ASA Stats. It's just a really easy way to punch in your address and kind of get a snapshot of your wallet all in one place. And they have CSV export, which for data nerds knows that allows you to export something to Excel. Well, they've added a new feature for that. Why don't we take a look at what that is? This is right from the company themselves. They said, we have categorized numerous airdrops and rewards in the CSV exports in response to user requests. Additionally, the CSV export archive can now contain additional files with only non-zero data. Let's just zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, so they're just kind of showing you that includes a CSV file with non-zero values, which means, yeah, you can get all that right into your spreadsheet, and I think that's great. Yeah, and the reason I wanted to highlight this is just a really good tool. It's really useful for Algorand users. It's good to have. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this project in general. But that's not all. This new update from Lofty, and I see a lot of updates with them adding different kind of properties. I don't think that's really totally newsworthy necessarily, but this is interesting because this is a whole new category. And yeah, why don't we take a look at this? right from Lofty itself, which if you don't know what Lofty is, by the way, Lofty is, I'm sure a lot of you do know what it is, but Lofty is a company that allows you to invest in real estate with as little as $50 per token. You buy a fractionized share via this token, and then you get rent payments from the land. Now this is a little bit differently. So normally you get like, you buy like some sort of rental property and then you get money from the rental property. You can buy land on Lofty starting at just $50, which is what we talked about, but now it's land. It's actual just land, no building. So these are 2 parcels in New York and New Jersey, apparently paying out 7% rental yields. So 1.2 acres in Burlington County, and waterfront land, vacant land, just 5 minutes by car or boat from Philadelphia. You can see a little picture of the 2. Interesting. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know, where's the rental yield coming from? Or is it just maybe they just put that in there because there was a hotel property in Tulum that was paying a rental yield even though it wasn't open yet, and then eventually it just sold, so you end up getting your money back. So that ended up being not a bad little gig there. So that's probably what's going on here, I'd imagine. Owner's plan is to sell the land in 3 to 5 years and realize the appreciation. A governance vote will take place at this time to determine if investors would like to sell the land. So yeah, that's interesting. They also have drone footage. If you want to dig into the drone footage, you can watch that. But apparently the New York one is farmland, apparently 30 acres of farmland, and they're also hoping to sell in 3 to 5 years. So it's a little bit different of a play. Now I've talked about Lofty. I've made plenty of videos on them, and what happens with a lot of these, it's actually amazing how many of them are not paying rent. Been kind of a losing game for me so far, to be honest. So I haven't been a big fan of. It's not their fault necessarily. I think it's good what they're doing. I just don't think it's a good investment overall when there's other ways to make much more money. But well, plus the main factor too is like I feel kind of stuck in them because one of the big things I've been waiting for is for them to have the automatic market makers work on your wallet that's not a Lofty wallet but your actual Para wallet. I've heard that was coming soon. I haven't seen anything about it, and if it's updated, my apologies, but I've been waiting for a very long time for that change. To me, that should be high up on their list, and I see them doing a bunch of other stuff. In my opinion, first and foremost, they should get to that because the liquidity is really important. I'm just stuck with these terrible properties right now, which is frustrating. And then last but not least, so we talked about staking rewards and some big changes coming, and there's a couple of things with this. One is like not so good but kind of good, I guess, and then the other one's good. So I'm going to start with this one about, I think we talked about this on the channel, and I know it's been going around a lot, but nobody's really correcting the fact that it's now changed. It's that Algorand had overtaken the number of ETH nodes, but it was pretty short-lived. Let's take a look. All right, so I posted this myself. I said, I don't know if a lot of people know, but Algorand only briefly overtook, I spelled overtook wrong, overtook ETH nodes because of a short dip, but at 5,100, and it's now more, it's actually like 5,400 now. Algorand is only 200 nodes behind ETH's trend for nodes right now. At 6,000, Algorand's node number will likely permanently take the number 1 spot. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people realize that because Algorand did have more nodes than Ethereum, but that was because Ethereum had a big dip. And in fact, yeah, it's actually currently at 6135. This big dip down here, actually it was this dip. This dip right here is why Algorand was briefly in charge. So it's actually not the case anymore. Right now it's sitting at 6,100. So I think once Algorand is around, actually I would say probably 6,500, it'll be pretty consistently over ETH. I've heard that these stats are, someone defending ETH said that these stats are wrong and that there's one that's bigger that shows more nodes than this, where it's more like 8 or almost 9,000. So I don't know, but Etherscan seems like pretty legit. So I didn't hear a really good explanation of why this one is wrong and the other one is right, but it is important to point out, I think. But the good news is the foundation has been removing a lot of its stake, and we're going to talk about why that matters and how that impacts node runners. So here's the latest tweet on this from John Woods, is that as of this morning, that was last week, Friday, the foundation removed 306 million algo from Algorand Foundation staking. This marks an all-time high for Algorand's decentralization and an all-time low for the foundation's stake, which is going to keep going down, by the way. Community-led online stake is now 20% of all Algorand in circulation. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Yeah, so this is good. I like this. I think think this is good. But here's how it impacts you now, because the foundation essentially is competing with you for rewards. Now, they don't take rewards, just to be clear. The rewards just, they just take a pass on the rewards. They don't take any rewards back, for themselves, but they're still competing for blocks. So as they remove stake, they're going to win fewer blocks, which means you guys are going to win more blocks. And so effectively, even though the reward amount is going down over time, you'll still actually, I believe he said you'll actually gain more. You'll gain more on your rewards. So then you will be losing for the amount decreasing, because it does go down over time, just like Bitcoin does, except it's not like a halving event. It's every so often. Like it was 10, the rewards were 10, and then now they're like 9.99 or whatever, maybe 0.98, and then they're going to keep doing that. So yeah, I think that's an important piece of news and something to keep in mind. And we're going to keep watching this, because the more they take that out, the better, I think. But all right, that's all we have this week. I hope you guys got a lot out of this, a lot of good news. Sometimes there are a lot of little things to talk about, but those little things I think matter to the community, and I like to highlight them. So anyway, some big things coming up, so keep an eye out for that. I can't talk about any of it yet, but it is coming. So I think you'll get a kick out of that. Otherwise, I'm Frugal BC. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the future.